So it's
amazing.
Crazy. Yeah.
Can you share with us like your habits, your routine, because you did a super big change, like drinking, drugs, party, to right now that you're like super disciplined. Yes, biohacking. Can you share what do you do?
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, the most simple thing that I did when I got started in that moment was I just started spending more time alone. I had never spent time alone before that. I always wanted to be with people so I didn't have to think and I didn't have to confront myself and all my problems. So, you know, just waking up early, like 5 a.m., I started waking up at 5 a.m. every day. And I would spend that first 20 minutes meditating, praying, and journaling out my thoughts and writing down my goals and how I wanted my life to look. And I literally started to just shape my life from that little hour every morning. I was able to control all of my actions to better my life and create a life of my own design. And so I would write down my goals on a whiteboard. I would journal, you know, just brain dump every single morning, how I was feeling, what I wanted life to look like, how I wanted it to look in a year from now, what I was willing to sacrifice to get there. And, you know, I just started building a relationship with myself. And so if you want me to break it down today, like what I do is I wake up, I drink water, I hydrate with LMNT salts.
You wake up at 5?
Now I wake up whenever I want. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still early, 5, 6 a.m. I just don't set an alarm. I think that's something awesome as an entrepreneur. Like I make my own hours, right? I don't work when I don't want to work. So I just let my body get the sleep it needs. And I wake up feeling incredible every single day. Some mornings I wake up at 4 a.m. because I'm excited and I got a lot going on in my mind and I just get to work. But you know, I have that freedom to be able to do that. So
yeah, that's amazing, because when you wake up with an alarm, it depends of the moment of your sleep. You're going to wake up like good or super bad.
Yeah, exactly. And it spikes, you know, all the stress levels as well. So it's not good for you.
And do you wake up like with the sunlight? You sleep or
no,
you sleep
my
in the dark?
room's completely blacked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, that's really good for sleep. Keeping your room super cold. I have a chiller under my mattress that actually cools my bed. So I sleep at, you guys use Celsius, but I sleep at like 67 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes.
And so it's very cold and my room's freezing. I have an eye mask on. I use the mouth tape so I breathe out my nose. I look like a freak in my bed, but it works for me. And my sleep scores are like 100%, you know? So wake up in the morning. First thing you got to do is hydrate because your body's dehydrated after sleeping 8 hours. And you need potassium, magnesium, and sodium. And I use LMNT, which is just a supplement salt brand. I hydrate, I open up my journal, and I have 4 different sections in my journal. The first section is my power list. So it's 5 things I need to take action on for that day that's going to get me closer to my goals. So I write down those 5 things. And usually number 1 is the most important of the day. And it's like, what's going to make me the most money, which is usually always making some kind of content, right? Then I write the 4 agreements on the bottom. That's a book. I don't know if you ever heard of that book.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really good book. So I write the 4 agreements. Then I write on the upper right-hand corner, I write 10 things I'm grateful for.
The 4 agreements, what are exactly?
I'm impeccable with my word. I do not take things personally. I do not assume things. And I will always do my best.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a good reminder.
You write it every day?
I just write it every day.
Okay.
And I live by that. Then I write 10 things I'm grateful for, right? So whatever I'm feeling in the moment, that's bringing me gratitude. And then I write a love letter to God. And that used to be a love letter to money. But in the past year, I built a really good relationship with God. I started going to church. I read the Bible every single day. And so usually in that moment, I'll read Proverbs in the Bible and I'll just restructure the Proverbs and I'll try to meditate on them and I'll pray over them. And I'll put them into action by writing them in a letter. And then I'll use those proverbs throughout the day to actually put into use, like in conversation with friends. If you ever want wisdom, like the Bible has the most wisdom I've ever seen. A lot of personal help and development books are all restructured from the Bible and the first philosophers, like, you know, Marcus Aurelius. So yeah, just read the original text, you know, all the other stuff's regurgitated over time. So I do that journaling. That takes me about 10 minutes. Then I go straight into my biohacking room. I actually have a biohacking room in my house. And this is where I have my red light, my PMF mat, which is like a pulse electromagnetic frequency mat, which is grounding, right? So I'm grounding in the morning instead of going outside. Sometimes I'll go outside, but a lot of the time it rains here. So if that's happening, I just lay on that mat and that alkalizes me, alkalizes my blood. Okay. So while I'm laying on that, getting alkalized, I do breath work. Wim Hof breath work, 3 rounds of 30, or I just do like 10, 20, 30. And then I meditate for 10 minutes in front of my red light. And and then I say a prayer. And that's pretty much it. All in all, I know it sounds like a lot. It takes me only 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 minutes to do my journaling. It takes me 7 minutes to do breath work, 10 minutes of meditation.
Okay. So and you're ready for the day.
Oh, feels so good. And if I don't do it, which is very, very rare, and I usually do it later in the day, my mind is all over the place. Like, this is my prescription to myself to keep myself sane and keep myself grounded and on purpose. Because if I just skip it every day and I start doing my social media, dude, things start to get to me, right? I'm able to control all my emotions. I'm able to, instead of react, respond to things. I take the time to think things through. I ask questions. I go to my circle of influence, my mom, my dad, my girl, my business friends. I ask them questions about the things I'm going through. If I didn't do that, I would just be like, and I'd respond to things, right? So it is absolutely life-changing, and you don't need to copy me. You could do whatever you want, right? But if you take maybe 1 or 2 things from that and try it out in your routine, maybe it'll benefit you. But I'm under the camp of like, there is no right one answer, right? Maybe you're the type of person that just needs to go on a walk or do 20 push-ups and you're good. But do something for yourself when you wake up. Don't give all your energy to the outside world right away. Give it to yourself, right? Build that relationship with you, and then you're going to be in a much better position, full of gratitude, full of abundance, and you're going to be able to gift that to the world.
Yes, the thing is not to start the day speaking with people or in the social media or looking reels.
Yep.
Like, spend some time with you.
Correct.
Be chill and then start the day.
We have a rule in my house, and Noemi breaks that rule often. She likes to look at her TikTok right in the morning, and I always tell her, like, no phones in our room. Our room is a sacred place. Like, I don't even go in there unless I'm sleeping. I don't like to spend any time in my bedroom. A lot of people have their office in their bedroom. That's horrible for your energy. And, you know, you're crossing your peacefulness with your work. It's just not a good combination. And I know, like, you know, when I was starting out, of course, I don't have a freaking office. I don't have money for that. So as you get money, you start to construct your life and build it up so that it's easy to do all these things, right? I have a cold plunge and a sauna in my backyard because I know the benefits that brings and the peace that brings into my life. So as you get money, instead of buying all the watches and all that stuff, buy this stuff first. It'll help you make way more money.
Yes, I totally agree.